He was my best friend. We built that business from nothing, with our bare hands, our savings, our blood. For 5 years, I trusted him with everything. My money, my contacts, my dreams. And then one Monday morning, I showed up to work. And the locks had been changed. My name had been removed from every document. The bank accounts, emptied. The clients, already transferred to his new company. He didn't just betray me, he planned it. Quietly, carefully, for over a year. But here's what he didn't plan for, what happened to him 3 years later. My name is David. I'm from Lagos, Nigeria. Back in 2018, I started a logistics company with my childhood friend, Emmanuel. We had grown up on the same street in Surulere. I was the one with the business ideas. He was the one with the connections. Together, we were unstoppable. In our first year, we landed 3 corporate contracts. By year 3, we were clearing over 15 million naira a month. We were brothers, or so I thought. What I didn't know was that Emmanuel had been secretly registering a new company under a different name. He had been copying our client database for 6 months. He had been having private meetings with our biggest clients, telling them our company was going bankrupt. Every smile he gave me was calculated. Every "we're doing this together, brother," was a lie. The day I found out, I had just returned from a 2-week business trip to Abuja. I called Emmanuel to confirm our meeting. No answer. I drove to the office. The security guard looked at me strangely. "Oga, I was told you no longer work here." My heart dropped. I called our lawyer. He wouldn't pick up. I called our accountant. He said Emmanuel had already restructured the business. I checked our bank app. The company account, 0 naira, 0. Everything we had built, gone in 2 weeks. I sat in my car outside that office for 4 hours. I couldn't move. I had a wife at home, a 2-year-old daughter, a mortgage I had taken based on our business income. That night, I cried for the first time as an adult, not because of the money, but because I had loved this man like a brother, and he had watched me smile at him, not knowing what he had already done. For the next 6 months, I was broken. I tried to take Emmanuel to court. The lawyer told me the paperwork was airtight. He had removed my name from the company registration months before. My own signatures had been forged. I had no case, or so it seemed. I lost the house. I moved my family into my mother's 2-room apartment in Mushin. My wife never complained, not once. But I could see it in her eyes, the fear. I started driving Uber at night just to keep food on the table. Me, a man who had been managing a 15 million naira monthly business, driving strangers across Lagos at midnight. I want you to sit with that image for a second, because what happened next is something I could never have planned. 14 months after he destroyed me, Emmanuel landed a massive government contract. Everyone in our industry heard about it. 80 million naira, his biggest deal ever. People called me to laugh. Some called me to say, "You should have stayed with him." I said nothing. I just kept driving, kept saving, kept rebuilding quietly. Then, in the 3rd month of that government contract, everything collapsed. It turned out Emmanuel had used forged documents to bid for the contract. A whistleblower inside the agency, someone I didn't even know, reported him. The EFCC moved in. They froze all his accounts. They seized the company assets. They arrested him at his Lekki apartment at 5 a.m. on a Tuesday. The same man who had my office locks changed, who emptied my account, who told people I had abandoned the company, was now in handcuffs. And the beautiful part, in their investigation, they found evidence of how he had fraudulently removed my name from our original company. I didn't even have to fight anymore. The case came back to me. I didn't celebrate when I heard. I want to be honest with you. There was no joy. There was just this deep, quiet feeling of course. You cannot build an empire on someone else's pain and expect it to stand. Emmanuel lost everything. The contract, the company, his freedom for 18 months. His wife left him before the trial even ended. The house in Lekki was auctioned. Me, I had used those 14 months to quietly rebuild. I found 2 new partners, people I had met during my Uber nights. Ironically, we started small. Delivery runs, 3 vehicles. By the time Emmanuel was released from prison, I had re-registered a new company. We were already clearing 8 million naira a month. Not everything was restored, not immediately, but I was free. And he had to start from below zero, with everyone knowing exactly who he was. If you are watching this right now, and someone has betrayed you, someone has taken something that was yours, I need you to hear this. Do not burn your energy on revenge. Burn it on rebuilding. Because the universe has a way of handling people who build their success on betrayal. You don't have to do anything. Just survive. Just keep moving and trust the process. David is now running a logistics company with 17 vehicles across Lagos. He told me something I'll never forget. He said, "Emmanuel did me a favor. He forced me to build something I actually own alone." If this story moved you, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. And subscribe, because next week we're talking about a woman who lost her job, her husband, and her savings in the same month, and what she did 3 years later. You don't want to miss it.